everybody, and welcome to Switched On with ittn. Today I'm talking with Pat Dawson, who has just come out of a meeting with the Minister Eamonn and Minister for State Hildegarde Naughton. Pat, can you tell me or give us a summary of how it went in there today?
We were happy enough with it because it was the first time to meet Minister Ryan, and we met Minister Naughton going back, oh God, it's probably 4 or 5 months ago. And we gave them a clear understanding. Paul, Michael, Claire and Val, they were excellent. They explained the different parts of the industry and the overall thing. So they have an understanding, and they've gone away to think about the different aspects we put to them. And we did put a bespoke funding to them to see what they thought of that. So I believe we have meetings next week with the department, and we'll see what happens then.
Do you feel they were receptive to the particular difficulties confronted by the travel industry at the moment?
I think they were receptive, but I don't think they realise how bad it was and how bad it is at the moment. And they did think that, last year that we may be out of it by now, and that sort of they were hesitant about putting anything forward. But they now realise, as most of us realise, that vaccination and when that's rolled out in a big way, perhaps we might get the back end of the summer out of it.
So while they didn't have any solutions, they were open to listening, I suppose. And really, it's, as you said, it's just step one, isn't it? It's the first time that you've actually got this audience with them. So you're kind of working.
Like, we didn't go in with any preconceived idea that they were going to come forward with a package for us. Now, we have asked them to look at the CRSS because it's based on level 5. But we've said to base it on international travel as such, and that's the formula to use, because we're in level 5 all the time, and we lose out when we go down to level 3. And if we got it based on international travel advice, well, that would be a good day's work, and they're certainly going to look at that.
And finally, Pat, what's next for the travel industry?
I see it as batten down the hatches, I'm afraid, and unfortunately, as we're going to have to shift people who have booked, who had shifted from last year to this year, and unfortunately, that's going to take place again. And staff have had a rough time last year, and it's very difficult on frontline people who are talking to customers and changing them again. I know airlines said there's a free change, but then there's always increasing airfares, and people last year and families last year paid 600, 700, 800 euros to change from last year to this year. So it's frustrating, and that, but I believe that vaccines, until we're sort of the herd community, I don't think there'll be any movement in travel, and then we're depending on other countries, and perhaps maybe the EU will get together and have a vaccine passport. That's been discussed around the world and around Europe, and that's so we have a long ways to go still.
Pat, thank you so much for joining us here today. Very serious issues in the industry at the moment. We just don't know where it's going to end. I just want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today, and thank all the board of the ITA who are really fighting very hard for the industry.